Grand Rapids is a city in the U.S. state of Michigan. It is located on the Grand River about 25 miles east of Lake Michigan. As of the 2010 census, the city population was 188,040. In 2010, the Grand Rapids metropolitan area had a population of 1,005,648, and the combined statistical area of Grand Rapids-Muskegon-Holland had a population of 1,321,557. Grand Rapids is the county seat of Kent County, Michigan, second largest city in Michigan, and the largest city in West Michigan. A historic furniture manufacturing center, Grand Rapids is still home to 5 of the world's leading office furniture companies, and is nicknamed Furniture City. Its more common modern nickname of River City refers to the landmark river for which it was named. The city and surrounding communities are economically diverse, and contribute heavily to the healthcare, information technology, automotive, aviation, and consumer goods manufacturing industries, among others. Grand Rapids was the home of the first family of U.S. boxing, Floyd S.R., J.R., Jeff, and Roger Mayweather, World Championship boxer James Toney, singer and songwriter Anthony Kiedis, the filmmakers Paul Schrader and Leonard Schrader, the singer Al Green and U.S. President Gerald Ford. Along with his wife Betty is buried on the grounds of the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum in Grand Rapids. History. Over 2,000 years ago, people associated with the Hapoel culture occupied the Grand River Valley. Around AD 1700, the Ottawa Indians moved into the area and founded several villages along the Grand River. The Grand Rapids area was first settled by Europeans near the start of the 19th century by missionaries and fur traders. They generally lived in reasonable peace alongside the Ottawa tribespeople, with whom they traded their European metal and textile goods for fur pelts. Joseph and Madeline LaFramboise established the first Indian-European trading post in West Michigan, and in present Grand Rapids, on the banks of the Grand River near what is now Ada. After the death of her husband in 1806, Madeline LaFramboise carried on, expanding fur trading posts to the west and north. LaFramboise, whose ancestry was a mix of French and Indian, later merged her successful operations with the American Fur Company. She retired, at age 41, to Mackinac Island. The first permanent white settler in the Grand Rapids area was a Baptist minister named Isaac McCoy, who established a missionary station in 1825. In 1826 Detroit-born Louis Campeau, the official founder of Grand Rapids, built his cabin, trading post, and blacksmith shop on the east bank of the Grand River near the rapids. Campeau returned to Detroit, then came back a year later with his wife and $5,000 of trade goods to trade with the native tribes. In 1831 the Federal Survey of the Northwest Territory reached the Grand River and set the boundaries for Kent County, named after prominent New York jurist James Kent. Campeau became perhaps the most important settler when, in 1831, he bought 72 acres of what is now the entire downtown business district of Grand Rapids. He purchased it from the federal government for $90 and named his tract Grand Rapids. Rival Lucius Lyon, who purchased the rest of the prime land, called his the Village of Kent. Yankee immigrants and others began immigrating from New York and New England in the 1830s. In 1836 John Ball, representing a group of New York land speculators, bypassed Detroit for a better deal in Grand Rapids. Ball declared the Grand River Valley the Promised Land, or at least the most promising one for my operations. By 1838, the settlement incorporated itself as a village, and encompassed an area of approximately 3/4 of a mile. The first formal census occurred in 1845, which announced a population of 1,510 and recorded an area of 4 square miles. The city of Grand Rapids was incorporated April 2, 1850 and officially created on May 1, 1850, when the village of Grand Rapids voted to accept the proposed city charter. The population at the time was 2,686. By 1857, the city of Grand Rapids boundary totaled 10.5 square miles. In 1880, the country's first hydroelectric generator was put to use on the city's west side. Grand Rapids was an early participant in the automobile industry, serving as home to the Austin Automobile Company from 1901 until 1921. In 1945, Grand Rapids became the first city in the United States to add fluoride to its drinking water. Downtown Grand Rapids used to host 4 department stores: Herpolsheimer's, Jacobson's, Stackett's, and Whitesburg's. Like most downtown regional department stores, they suffered the same fate of falling sales, caused largely by the flight to the suburbs, and consolidation in the 1980s and 1990s. Gypsum mining, an outcropping of gypsum, where Plaster Creek enters the Grand River, was known to the Native American inhabitants of the area, and was commented on by the pioneer geologist Douglas Horton in 1838. This outcrop was first mined in 1841, at first in open-cast mines, but later underground mines as well. Gypsum was ground locally for use as a soil amendment known as land plaster. The Alabastine mine in nearby Wyoming, Michigan, was originally dug in 1907 to provide gypsum for the manufacture of stucco and wall coverings, notably the Alabastine, favored by arts and crafts movement architects. The mine has since been converted to a storage facility primarily used for computer servers and Kent County document storage. Furniture City. During the second half of the 19th century, the city became a major lumbering center and by the end of the century the premier furniture manufacturing city of the United States. For this reason it was nicknamed Furniture City. After an international exhibition in Philadelphia in 1876, Grand Rapids became recognized worldwide as a leader in the production of fine furniture. The Philadelphia Centennial Exposition helped spark the colonial revival movement in American furniture, and Grand Rapids furniture became a byword for well-made reproductions of American and English 18th and early 19th century styles. Furniture companies included the William A. Berkey Company and its successors, Baker Furniture Company. Williams Kemp, Widdicombe Furniture Company. The Grand Rapids Furniture Record was the trade paper for the city's industry. A Furniture Makers Guild was established in 1931 to improve the design and craftsmanship of Grand Rapids furniture. National home furnishing markets were held in Grand Rapids for about 75 years, concluding in the 1960s, when the furniture-making industry shifted to North Carolina. Grand Rapids remains a world leader in office furniture production, much of it now outsourced in Asia. Transportation history. Roadways. The first improved road into the city was completed in 1855. This road was a private, toll-plank road from Kalamazoo through Wayland, and was a primary route for freight and passengers until about 1868. This road connected to the outside world via the Michigan Central Railroad at Kalamazoo. Railroad. The first railroad into the city was the Detroit and Milwaukee Railroad, which commenced service in 1858. In 1869 the Lake Shore and Michigan Southern Railway connected to the city. The Grand Rapids and Indiana Railroad began passenger and freight service to Cedar Springs, Michigan, on December 25, 1867, and to Fort Wayne, Indiana, in 1870. This railroad expanded service to Muskegon in 1886. The Grand Rapids, Noeo and Lake Shore Railroad completed a line to White Cloud in 1875. In 1888 the Detroit, Lansing and Northern Railroad connected with Grand Rapids. Air transportation. Grand Rapids was a home to one of the first regularly scheduled passenger airlines in the United States when Stout Air Services began flights from Grand Rapids to Detroit, on July 31, 1926. Geography. Topography. Grand Rapids sits on the banks of the Grand River, where there was once a set of rapids, at an altitude of 610 feet above sea level. It is approximately 25 mi east of Lake Michigan. The state capital of Lansing lies about 60 mi to the east by southeast, and Kalamazoo is about 50 mi to the south. Grand Rapids is divided into 4 quadrants, which form a part of mailing addresses in Kent County. The quadrants are NE, NW, SE, and SW. Fulton Street serves as the north-south dividing line, while Division Avenue serves as the east-west dividing line separating these quadrants. According to the United States Census Bureau, The city has a total area of 45.27 square miles, of which 44.40 square miles of it is land and 0.87 square miles is water. Climate: Grand Rapids has a humid continental climate, with very warm and humid summers, cold and snowy winters, and short and mild springs and autumns. Owing to lake effect snow from Lake Michigan, the city averages 75.6 in of snow a year. The area often receives quick and sudden lake effect snowstorms, producing significant amounts of snowfall. Summers are warm or hot and the occurrence of heat waves and severe weather outbreaks is not uncommon during a typical summer. The highest temperature in the area was recorded on July 13, 1936, at 108 degree Fahrenheit, and the lowest was recorded on February 14, 1899, at a 24 degree Fahrenheit. During an average year, sunshine occurs in 46% of the daylight hours. On 138 nights, the temperature dips to below 32 degree Fahrenheit. On average, 9.2 days a year have temperatures that meet or exceed the 90 degree Fahrenheit mark, and 5.6 days a year have lows that are 0 degree Fahrenheit or colder. In April 1956, the western and northern portions of the city and its suburbs were hit by a violent tornado which locally produced F5 damage and killed 18. Cityscape. The city skyline shows the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel, which reopened in 1981 after extensive renovations done by Marvin de Winter and Associates, including the addition of a 29-story glass tower. The Pantline's designers, Warren and Wheatmore, were inspired by the work of the Scottish neoclassical architect Robert Adam. In its prime, the hotel was rated as one of the top 10 hotels in the U.S. The hotel is home to several well-known restaurants in Grand Rapids, such as Cygnus and the 1913 Room, which was Michigan's only AAA5 Diamond Award restaurant, before being replaced in May 2011 by Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. The hotel is owned by Amway Hotel Collection, a subsidiary of Amway's holding company Altica. Other prominent large buildings include the J.W. Marriott Grand Rapids, the first J.W. Marriott hotel in the Midwest. It is themed from the array of Grand Rapids' sister cities, Omiyashima, Japan; Bielsko-Biała, Poland; Perugia, Italy; Gar District, Ghana; and Zapopan, Mexico. When the hotel was first opened, Amway Hotel Corporation hired photographer Dan Watts to travel to each of the sister cities and photograph them for the property. Each floor of the hotel features photography from one of the cities and is unique to that floor. The cities repeat themselves up the 23 floors. The city's tallest building, which postdates the above photo, is the River House Condominiums. Completed in 2008, it is a Euro 34-story condominium tower and stands as the tallest all-residential building in the state of Michigan. Culture. In 1969, Alexander Calder's abstract sculpture, La Grande Vitesse, which translates from French as the Great Swiftness, or more loosely as Grand Rapids, was installed downtown on the Vandenberg Plaza, the remodeled site of Grand Rapids City Hall. It became the first federally funded work of public art in the United States funded by the National Endowment for the Arts. Since then, the site has hosted an annual Festival of the Arts on the plaza, now known informally as Calder Plaza. During the first weekend in June, several blocks of downtown surrounding the Calder Stable and Vandenberg Plaza are closed to traffic. The festival features several stages with free live performances, food booths selling a variety of ethnic cuisine, art demonstrations and sales, and other arts-related activities. Organizers bill it as the largest all-volunteer arts festival in the United States because it is organized and managed entirely by volunteers. Vandenberg Plaza also hosts various ethnic festivals that take place throughout the summer season. Summer concludes with Celebration on the Grand the weekend after Labor Day, featuring free concerts, fireworks display and food booths. Celebration on the Grand is an event that celebrates life in the Grand River Valley. Each October, the city celebrates the Polish heritage centered on the west side of town with Pulaski Days. In Grand Rapids in 1973, the city hosted Sculpture Off the Pedestal, an outdoor exhibition of public sculpture, which assembled 13 world-renowned artists, including Mark D. Suvereau, John Henry, Kenneth Snelson, Robert Morris, John Mason, Lyman Kipp and Stephen Antonikos, in a single, citywide celebration. Sculpture off the pedestal was a public-private partnership, which included financial support by the National Endowment for the Arts, educational support from the Michigan Council for the Arts and in-kind contributions from individuals, business and industry. Fundraising events, volunteers and locals housing artists contributed to the public character of the event. On November 10, 2004, the grand premiere of the film The Polar Express was held in Grand Rapids, the movie's setting and home of the book's author Chris Van Allsburg, and its main character. The Muja Gardens created a Polar Express display which was part of their larger Christmas Around the World exhibit. In mid-2004, the Grand Rapids Art Museum began construction on a new, larger building for its art museum collection, which opened in October 2007 at 101 Monroe Center NW. The new building site faces downtown's ecliptic by Maya Lin at Rosa Parks Circle. The museum was completed in 2007 and became the first newly built art museum to achieve gold-level LEED certification by the U.S. Green Building Council. The first art prize, the world's largest art competition completely voted on by the public, took place in Grand Rapids from September 23 through October 10, 2009. This event was founded by Rick DeVos, grandson of Amway Corporation co-founder Richard DeVos, who offered $449,000 in cash prizes. 1,262 artists exhibited their work for 2 weeks, with a total of 334,219 votes cast. First prize, including a $250,000 cash prize, went to Brooklyn painter Ran Ortner. The second event, Art Prize 2010, was held September 22 through October 10, 2010, with work by 1,713 artists on display. The first prize was awarded to Grand Rapids artist Chris Laporte. In 2012, Grand Rapids tied with Asheville, North Carolina, for Beer City USA. The competition was held by casting votes online for cities around the United States. Prominent breweries in the area such as B.O.B.'s Brewery, Brewery Vivant, Founders Brewing Company, Grand Rapids Brewing Company, Hideout, Hopcat and Schmetz have created the culture necessary to win the award. In 2013, Grand Rapids again won the competition for Beer City USA, but this time it was an outright victory. Grand Rapids had more votes than the runner-up Kalamazoo, Michigan, and the third-place winner Asheville, North Carolina, combined. Tourism. Grand Rapids is the home of John Ball Park, Belknap Hill, and the Gerald R. Ford Museum, the final resting place of the 38th President of the United States and former First Lady Betty Ford. Significant buildings in the downtown include the DeVos Place Convention Center, Van Andel Arena, the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel, and the J.W. Marriott Hotel. The Urban Institute for Contemporary Arts is located downtown, and houses art exhibits, a movie theater, and the Urban Clay Studio. Along the Grand River are symbolic burial mounds which were used by the Hopewell tribe, a fish ladder, and a river walk. Grand Rapids is also home to the Van Andel Museum Center. Founded in 1854, it is among the oldest history museums in the United States. The museum's sites currently include the main site constructed in 1994 on the west bank of the Grand River, the Voigt House Victorian Museum, and the City Archives and Records Center, which was the site of the museum and planetarium prior to 1994. The museum has, in the past few years, played host to a handful of notable exhibitions, including the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Quest for Immortality, the Treasures of Ancient Egypt. The museum is set up as a non-profit institution owned and managed by the Public Museum of Grand Rapids Foundation. Heritage Hill, a neighborhood directly east of downtown, is one of the largest urban historic districts in the country. It was the first neighborhood of Grand Rapids and its 1,300 homes date from 1848 and represent over 60 architectural styles. Of particular significance is the Mayor May House, a prairie-style home designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1908. It was commissioned by local merchant Mayor May, who operated a men's clothing store. The house is now owned and operated by Steelcase Corporation. Steelcase manufactured furniture for the Johnson Wax Building in Racine, Wisconsin, which was designed by Wright. Because of those ties, Steelcase purchased and restored the property in the 1980s. The restoration has been heralded as one of the most accurate and complete of any Wright restoration. The home is used by Steelcase for special events and open to the public for tours. Grand Rapids is home to myriad theaters and stages, including the newly reconstructed Civic Theater, the city's largest theater, DeVos Hall, and the convertible Van Andel Arena. Further east of downtown is the historic Wealthy Theater. The first megaplex in the United States is also located in Grand Rapids, Studio 28, which reopened in 1988 with a seating capacity of 6,000. The theater ceased operations on November 23, 2008. The Grand Rapids Company also owns many theaters around West Michigan. In Grand Rapids Township, the Frederick Muger Gardens and Sculpture Park combine 125 acres of world-class botanical gardens and artwork from such sculptors as Mark D. Sivero, Alexander Calder, Edgar Degas, and Auguste Rodin. The Gardens Amphitheatre plays host to numerous concerts each summer, featuring such acts as Johnny Lang, the Pointer Sisters, Lyle Lovett, Cowboy Junkies, and B.B. King. The Gardens were mentioned in Patricia Schultz's book 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. In 2014, Grand Rapids was named the #1 U.S. travel destination by Lonely Planet. Other notable destinations on Lonely Planet's top 10 list included Yosemite National Park, Boston, Massachusetts, and Las Vegas, NV. Entertainment and performing arts. Grand Rapids has a number of popular concert venues in which a large assortment of bands have performed, including the Orbit Room, the DAAC, the Intersection, DeVos Hall, the Van Andel Arena, the Royce Auditorium, the Forest Hills Fine Arts Center, and the Deltaplex. The Schubert Male Chorus of Grand Rapids is considered the oldest independent continuing male chorus in America. Founded by Henry C. Post on November 19, 1883, today the chorus continues to perform a variety of music. The Grand Rapids Symphony, founded in 1930, presents more than 400 performances a year. The Grand Rapids Barbershop Chapter Great Lakes Chorus is an all-male a cappella barbershop harmony chorus including quartets and is one of the oldest chapters in the Barbershop Harmony Society. The Grand Rapids chapter organized on November 1, 1939, for quartet singers and is credited for holding the first society-sanctioned quartet contest in the Michigan District in March 1941. And in 1944 the Grand Rapids chapter is credited with having the first international quartet champions, the Harmony Halls. In 1947 the Great Lakes Chorus was founded. In 1953 the first international chorus competition was held and the Great Lakes Chorus took first place with the title First International Convention Championship Chorus under the direction of Robert Weaver. The chorus is still very active as a non-profit singing for community, competition, and contracted performances. Grand Rapids Ballet Company was founded in 1971 and remains Michigan's only professional ballet company. The ballet company is currently located on Ellsworth Avenue in the Hartside neighborhood, where it moved in 2000. In 2007, it expanded its facility by adding the LEED-certified Peter Wieg Theater. Opera Grand Rapids, founded in 1966, is the state's longest-running professional company. In February 2010, the opera moved into a new facility in the Fulton Heights neighborhood. A January 21, 2011 Newsweek article listing Grand Rapids as a dying city prompted director Rob Bliss and producer Scott Erickson to film a vigorous, 5,000-person community response. The Grand Rapids lip dub, released May 26, was the first ever citywide lip dub video and was dubbed by film critic Roger Ebert the greatest music video ever made. The video held the world record for largest lip dub for 2 years and has amassed over 5 million views on YouTube. Newswire awarded its producers the Ernie Award for Best Use of Video in Social Media. Sports. Several professional sports teams call the Grand Rapids area home. Each year the Fifth Third Riverbank Run is held in downtown Grand Rapids. It draws participants from around the world. In 2010 there were over 22,000 participants. The Grand Rapids Marathon is held in downtown Grand Rapids in mid-October, usually on the same weekend as the Detroit Marathon. Amateur sporting organizations in the area include the Grand Rapids Rowing Association, Grand Rapids Rugby Club, and the West Michigan Wheelchair Sports Association. The West Michigan Sports Commission is the host organizing committee for the inaugural State Games of Michigan, which will be held in Grand Rapids from June 25 to June 27, 2010. Media. The Grand Rapids Press is a daily newspaper, while Advance Newspapers publishes a group of weekly papers providing more community-based news. Gemini Publications is a niche, regional publishing company that produces the weekly newspaper Grand Rapids Business Journal, the magazines Grand Rapids Magazine, Grand Rapids Family and Michigan Blue, and several other quarterly and annual business-to-business publications. There are 2 free monthly entertainment guides, Review, which covers music and the arts, and Recoil, which covers music and offers onion-style satire. The Rapidian is an online-based citizen journalism project funded by grants from the Knight Foundation and local community foundations that is reprinted or cited by other local media outlets. Grand Rapids, combined with nearby Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, was ranked in 2010 as the 41st largest television market in the U.S. by Nielsen Media Research. The market is served by stations affiliated with major American networks including WTV, WOTV, WZZM-TV, WXMI, WXSPCD and Kalamazoo-based WWMT, along with surrounding stations based from Muskegon and Battle Creek. WGVU-TV is the area's PBS member station. The Grand Rapids area is served by 16 AM radio stations and 28 Fathom stations. Economy. Headquartered in Grand Rapids, Spectrum Health is the largest employer in West Michigan with 16,000 staff and 1,500 physicians. Spectrum Health's Muger Heart Center, Lemonhalton Cancer Pavilion, and Butterworth Hospital, a Level I trauma center are located on the Grand Rapids Medical Mile, which is world-class facilities focusing on the health sciences. These facilities include the Van Andel Research Institute, Grand Valley State University's Cook DeVos Center for Health Sciences, and the Michigan State University College of Human Medicine Medical School's Secure Center, along with Ferris State University's College of Pharmacy. Nearly $1 billion has been invested in the Spectrum Health Cancer Pavilion, the Spectrum Health Helen DeVos Children's Hospital and the expansion to the Van Andel Institute. These facilities have attracted numerous health science businesses to the area. Grand Rapids has long been a center for furniture, automobile, and aviation manufacturing. American Seating, Steelcase, Haworth and Herman Miller, major manufacturers of office furniture, are based in the Grand Rapids area. The area serves as an important location for GE Aviation Systems. In 1880, Slyer Furniture Company started manufacturing furniture. In 1881, the Furniture Manufacturers Association was organized in Grand Rapids. It was apparently the first furniture manufacturing advocacy group in the country. Also since 1912, Kindle Furniture Company, and since 1922, the Heckman Woodmark Furniture Company, have been designing and manufacturing traditional American furniture in Grand Rapids. All of these companies are still producing furniture today. The Grand Rapids area is home to a number of well-known companies that include Altica Amway, Bizzell, Highlight Industries, Spartan Stores, Foremost Insurance Company, Muger, GE Aviation, Wolverine Worldwide, MC Sports, Incorporated, Universal Forest Products, and Schuller Books and Music, one of the largest independent bookstores in the country. The city is also known as a center of Christian publishing, home to Zondervan, Baker Books, Kregel Publications, and Erdmans Publishing, as well as Family Christian Stores, a Christian bookstore chain. The surrounding area is noted for its fruit production. Due to its close proximity to Lake Michigan, the climate is considered prime for apple, peach, and blueberry farming. In 2010, Grand Rapids was named the most sustainable mid-size city in the U.S. by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Civic Leadership Center and Siemens Corporation. Grand Rapids was chosen over finalist cities Davenport, Iowa and Hoover, Alabama. In 2014, Grand Rapids was ranked as the #1 city for real estate investment. Demographics, 2010 census. As of the census of 2010, there were 188,040 people, 72,126 households, and 41,015 families residing in the city. The population density was 4,235.1 inhabitants per square mile. There were 80,619 housing units at an average density of 1,815.7 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 64.6% white, 20.9% African American, 0.7% Native American, 1.9% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 7.7% from other races, and 4.2% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 15.6% of the population. Non-Hispanic whites were 59% of the population in 2010, compared to 86.9% in 1970. There were 72,126 households, of which 31.1% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 35.5% were married couples living together, 16.4% had a female householder with no husband present, 5.0% had a male householder with no wife present, and 43.1% were non-families. 32.3% of all households were made up of individuals and 10.1% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.49 and the average family size was 3.20. The median age in the city was 30.8 years. 24.7% of residents were under the age of 18. 14.5% were between the ages of 18 and 24. 28.6% were from 25 to 44. 21.2% were from 45 to 64. And 11.1% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 48.7% male and 51.3% female. As of the 2007 American Community Survey, the largest ancestry groups in Grand Rapids include German, 23.4%, Dutch, 21.2%, English, 15.9%, Irish, 11.4%, Polish, 6.5%, French, 5.1%, Swedish, 2.7%, Scottish, 2.0%, and Scots-Irish, 1.3%. Those citing American ancestry in Grand Rapids are of overwhelmingly English extraction. Most English Americans identify simply as having American ancestry because their roots have been in North America for so long, in many cases since the 17th century. 2000 census, there were 73,217 households, out of which 32.0% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 40.3% were married couples living together, 15.8% had a female householder with no husband present, and 39.4% were non-families. 30.8% of all households were made up of individuals and 10.0% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.57 and the average family size was 3.24. In the city, the age distribution of the population shows 27.0% under the age of 18, 13.1% from 18 to 24, 31.5% from 25 to 44, 16.7% from 45 to 64 and 11.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 30 years. For every 100 females there were 95.8 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 92.5 males. The median income for a household in the city was $37,224, and the median income for a family was $44,224. Males had a median income of $33,050 versus $26,382 for females. The per capita income for the city was $17,661, 15.7% of the population and 11.9% of families were below the poverty line. Out of the total people living in poverty, 19.4% are under the age of 18 and 10.4% are 65 or older. Religion. The Christian Reformed Church in North America has a large following in Grand Rapids. Its denominational offices are located on the southeast side of the city. The CRCNA has over 230 congregations and almost 100,000 members in Michigan as of 2010. The denomination is concentrated in the western part of the state, where a substantial number of immigrants from the Netherlands settled. A majority of them were followers of the Reformed faith. As of 2012, the Christian Reformed Church in North America has nearly 1,100 congregations and over 250,000 members nationwide. The Grand Rapids, Wyoming metropolitan area has 149 Christian Reformed churches with 77,389 members. The Reformed Church in America has about 154 congregations and 76,000 members, mainly in western Michigan, heavily concentrated in the cities in Grand Rapids, Holland, and Zeeland. The main office of the denomination is also in Grand Rapids. The Grand Rapids, Wyoming metropolitan area has 86 congregations with almost 49,000 members. The Protestant Reformed Churches in America traces its roots to the first Protestant Reformed Church, whose pastor was Herman Herxheimer, the founder of the church. Majority of the PSCA's classes East churches, about 13 congregations located around Grand Rapids. The United Reformed Churches in North America has 12 congregations in Grand Rapids area. These congregations form the classes of Michigan. The PC, USA, had 12 congregations and 7,000 members in the Grand Rapids, Wyoming metropolitan statistical area. The United Church of Christ had also 14 congregations and 5,400 members. Grand Rapids is home to the Roman Catholic Diocese of Grand Rapids, which was created on May 19, 1882 by Pope Leo XIII. The diocese comprises 176,098 Catholics in West Michigan, 102 parishes, and 4 high schools: Catholic Central High School, Grand Rapids; Muskegon Catholic Central High School, Muskegon; St. Patrick High School, Portland; and West Catholic High School, Grand Rapids. David John Walkowiak is the current Bishop of Grand Rapids. The offices of the West Michigan Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church are located in the East Hills neighborhood of Grand Rapids. The West Michigan Annual Conference represents more than 400 local United Methodist churches in the western half of the Lower Peninsula, with approximately 65,000 members in total. Grand Rapids is also home to the United Methodist Community House, whose mission is to increase the ability of children, youth, adults and families to succeed in a diverse community. In 2010, the United Methodist Church had 61 congregations and 21,450 members in the Grand Rapids metropolitan area. Government and politics. Like the surrounding counties, the Grand Rapids area has traditionally been a stronghold for the Republican Party, but the city itself leans Democratic. The city is the center of the 3rd Congressional District, is currently represented by Libertarian Republican Justin Amash. Former President Gerald Ford represented the district from 1949 to 1973, and is buried on the grounds of his Presidential Museum in Grand Rapids. The city and its suburbs are home to several major donors to the National Republican Party, including the DeVos family and former ambassador to Italy Peter Secchia. The city proper tends to elect Democrats. Both of its representatives in the Michigan State House of Representatives are Democrats, and in the 6 most recent presidential elections Democratic candidates Bill Clinton, Al Gore, John Kerry, and Barack Obama won a majority or plurality of votes in the city of Grand Rapids. The last Republican candidate for president to carry the city was George H. W. Bush in 1988. Commission Manager Plan. Under Michigan law, Grand Rapids is a home rule city and adopted a city charter in 1916 providing for the commission manager form of municipal government. Under this system, the political responsibilities are divided between an elected city commission and a hired full-time city manager. 2 part-time commissioners are elected to 4-year terms from each of 3 wards, with half of these seats up for election every 2 years. The part-time mayor is elected every 4 years by the city at large, and serves as chair of the commission, with a vote equal to that of a commissioner. The races are held in odd-numbered years. Are formally non-partisan, although the party and other political affiliations of candidates do sometimes come up during the campaign period. The commission sets policy for the city, and is responsible for hiring the city manager and other appointed officials. Mayor George Hartwell was elected mayor of Grand Rapids after long-serving Mayor John H. Logie declined to run for re-election in 2003. Logie felt the position should be made full-time, but to avoid the question becoming a referendum on whether he should hold the job full-time, he announced that he would not run for re-election. The voters decided to keep the position part-time, and Hartwell was elected and assumed office on January 1, 2004. Education. Car 12 Public education is provided by the Grand Rapids Public Schools as well as a number of charter schools. Grand Rapids is home of the oldest co-educational Catholic high school in the United States, Catholic Central High School. National Heritage Academies, which operates charter schools across several states, has its headquarters in Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids is home to several colleges and universities. The private, religious schools Aquinas College, Calvin College, Cornerstone University, Grace Bible College, and Cooper College each have a campus within the city. Thomas M. Cooley Law School, a private institution, also has a campus in Grand Rapids. Northwood University, a private university with its main campus in Midland, Michigan, has a satellite campus located downtown near the Medical Mile. The for-profit vocational school ITT Technical Institute is one of its 105 campuses located in Grand Rapids as well. Davenport University, a private, non-profit, multi-location university with 14 campuses statewide, has its main campus just outside of Grand Rapids. As for public tertiary institutions, Grand Rapids Community College maintains a campus downtown and facilities in other parts of the city and surrounding region. Grand Valley State University, with its main campus located in nearby Allendale, continues to develop its presence downtown by expanding its Pew campus, begun in the 1980s on the west bank of the Grand River. This downtown campus currently consists of 33 acres in 2 locations and is home to 11 buildings and 3 lease spaces. Ferris State University has a growing campus downtown, including the Applied Technology Center and the Kendall College of Art and Design, a formerly private institution that now is part of Ferris. Ferris State also has a branch of the College of Pharmacy located downtown on the Medical Mile. Western Michigan University has a long-standing graduate program in the city, with facilities downtown and in the southeast. The Van Andel Institute, a cancer research institute established in 1996, also resides on the Medical Mile. The institute established a graduate school in 2005 to train PhD students in cellular, genetic, and molecular biology. Grand Rapids is home to the Secure Center Medical Education Building, a $90 million, 7-story, 180,000-square-foot facility, at Michigan Street and Division Avenue, part of the Grand Rapids Medical Mile. The building is home to the Grand Rapids campus of the Michigan State University College of Human Medicine. This campus trains medical students through all 4 years of their medical education. The state-of-the-art facility includes clinical examination rooms, simulation suites, classrooms, offices and student areas. Notable people. Transportation, major highways. EA-96 runs along the northern and northeastern sides of the city, linking with Muskegon to the west and Lansing and Detroit, Michigan to the east. EA-196, also named the Gerald R. Ford Freeway, runs east-west through the city, connecting to I-96 just east of Grand Rapids and I-94 in Benton Township. EA-296, an unsigned route running concurrently with USA 131 between I-96 and I-196 BSA. EA-196, a business spur of I-196 that follows a section of Chicago Drive. USA 131 runs north-south through the city, linking with Kalamazoo to the south and Cadillac to the north. Bus USA 131, a business loop traversing downtown Grand Rapids, Massachusetts. Euro 6 is the Paul B. Henry Freeway running along the south side connecting I-96 and I-196. MA Euro 11 runs along Ironwood Remembrance Road, Wilson Avenue, and 28th Street. MA Euro 21 is Fulton Street to the east. MA Euro 37 follows Alpine Avenue to the north, I-96, East Beltline Avenue and Broadmoor Avenue to the south. MA Euro 44 is East Beltline north of I-96. MA Euro 44 runs along Plainfield Avenue. MA Euro 45 follows Lake Michigan Drive west toward Allendale and Lake Michigan. MA Euro 121 follows Chicago Drive southwest of Grand Rapids to Holland. 45 is Old USA 131 south of 28th Street. Mass Transit, bus. Public bus transportation is provided by the Interurban Transit Partnership, which brands itself as the Rapid. Transportation is also provided by the Dash buses, the Downtown Area Shuttle. These provide transportation to and from the parking lots in the city of Grand Rapids to various designated loading and unloading spots around the city. The area's Greyhound bus terminal is integrated into the central station of the Rapid, simplifying transfers between Greyhound and local buses. There are plans in the works to add more express routes, secondary stations, a streetcar and dedicated highway lanes. In the summer of 2012, MGABUS started service from Grand Rapids to Chicago, Detroit, East Lansing, Indianapolis, and Columbus. Indian Trail provides daily intercity bus service of varying frequencies between Grand Rapids and Petoskey, Michigan, between Grand Rapids and Benton Harbor, Michigan, and between Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, Michigan with intermediate stops. Commercial air service to Grand Rapids is provided by Gerald R. Ford International Airport. 7 airlines operate over 150 daily flights to 23 non-stop destinations across the United States and to Toronto in Canada. The airport was previously named the Kent County International Airport. The first regularly scheduled air service in the United States was between Grand Rapids and Detroit on a Ford Stout monoplane named Miss Grand Rapids, which commenced July 26, 1926. Rail. Amtrak provides direct train service to Chicago from the passenger station via the Per-Marquette line. Freight service is provided by CSX, the Grand Elk Railroad, Marquette Rail, the Coopersville and Marne Railway, and the Grand Rapids Eastern Railroad. Sister cities. Grand Rapids has city partnerships with the following cities: Omiya, Japan; Bielsko-Biała, Poland; Perugia, Italy; Zapopan, Jalisco, Mexico; Gar District, Ghana. See also: Geography of Michigan, List of Michigan-related topics, List of people from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Michigan Census Statistical Areas, Notes. References. Further reading: Fernandez, Delia, Becoming Latino, Mexican and Puerto Rican Community Formation in Grand Rapids, Michigan, 1926 a Euro 1964, Michigan Historical Review, Volume 39, pages 71 a Euro 100. Todd E. Robinson, A City Within a City, The Black Freedom Struggle in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Philadelphia, Temple University Press, 2013. External links: Official website, Grand Rapids Kent County Convention and Visitors Bureau, Grand Rapids Area Chamber of Commerce, Grand Rapids Historical Commission Online Archive.